She's a ship made famous in a Hollywood blockbuster movie. And she's about to get the star treatment on the Port of San Diego's working waterfront.
Currently, over my shoulder, we have the HMS Surprise, which is a vessel that belongs to the San Diego Maritime Museum. And we've just hauled her out to get some routine maintenance and another task done to it.
This is a specialized job for the crew at Marine Group Boatworks in Chula Vista, California. Below the surface of the bay, a diver helps guide the 179-foot-long replica ship into the lift. Up above, the custom-made travel lift is used to hoist the 500-ton HMS Surprise from the bay.
We're the only facility on the West Coast with a machine of this magnitude. By this magnitude, I mean her capability or capacity for lift. We can lift up to 660 tons with this machine. There are only a couple of others in the world that are capable of lifting that much.
This delicate, careful process takes a couple of hours from start to finish. The HMS Surprise is a special attraction on San Diego's Big Bay.
That's because this is a ship that Russell Crowe sailed on in the far side of the world, the master and commander far side of the world. This is the actual ship. Other people might recognize her partially because she's also the HMS Rose that was in Boston Harbor for many, many years until Fox brought her all the way around, put her into BAE, which is another port tenant. Fox used her for the movie. And then they offered it for us, and we bought it from Fox.
After 3 years submerged in the bay, it's time for a heavy-duty power wash.
We're doing what we call a hydro blast, which gets all the sea growth off the bottom.
But don't worry, none of that water is going back into San Diego Bay.
We're a captive system. Our yard is surrounded by its own containment. Basically, we are a hazmat contained area. Anything that goes onto our tarmac is held in tanks. The clean water is siphoned off the top. Any hazmat or anything is pumped off the premises, and we pay for hazardous disposal. Nothing goes back in the bay.
Following her routine inspection by the Coast Guard and the American Bureau of Shipping, the museum hopes to get a new classification for the Surprise as a school ship vessel,
which will allow us to do educational programs out in the bay and out along the near coastal waters. We also will be able to take her out and sail with the Star of India when she sails for her annual November sailing, along with the Californian, so we'll have a little fleet of tall ships.
The HMS Surprise is a wooden vessel, requiring a very different approach when it comes to maintenance.
You don't want it to be out of the water too long because it will dry up and start to shrink and cause leakage in the vessel because there's no membrane, no composite membrane over the top of the wood to keep it from leaking. It's held together by the swelling of the wood. We try to get her back in as quick as we can, and then she basically will take kind of a rule of thumb almost, is that for every day she's out of the water, she might take that day in the water to swell back up and stop leaking.
The Port of San Diego's working waterfront businesses help drive the region's economic engine. This yard has close to 100 employees servicing both the super yacht community as well as the military. Here they're constructing a new Navy vessel, the RTSC-110 Training Support Craft.
We also have a large subcontractor base, a materials base that helps the San Diego economy. Carpenters, upholstery people, painters, riggers, the insurance companies. It's very, very far-reaching. When we get a project that comes in for an extended length of time, which we often do, The crews will rent apartments, they rent cars, they buy groceries, they basically move in, and so for about, roughly every dollar spent here with the Marine Group equates to maybe $5 to $7 to $10 spent in the economy.
When the work is done, you'll be able to see the newly painted and certified HMS Surprise at her home at the Maritime Museum on San Diego Bay's Embarcadero.
Maritime Museum is a little slice of history, ranging from ships that are authentic to replicas like the one over my shoulder here. We have everything from 1863 to a Soviet submarine at the museum. It's a fun place to come and see.
It'd be interesting to drive by the yard down here, 997 G Street, if this gets to it, and check us out every now and then. You can see everything from vessels like the Surprise here to mega yachts that are worth tens of millions of dollars. We're a very vibrant organization. We're proud of our organization down here, and welcome anybody and everybody to come by and check us out.